Now we come to the second part, Q&A session, question and answers. Let me be very clear at the outset. The answers are from Sai literature and teachings only, not to my speculation, not to my imagination, not to my mental excellence, not my gimmicks of the words, not my scholarship, but based on Sai literature and teachings. Second point, I'll be highly indebted to you if questions center around spiritual topic. And thirdly, I may also tell you, if I know the answer, I'll give the answer as supplied by Bhagavan, literature, teachings, conversations. If I do not know, I have guts to say, I do not know. But I don't bluff. I have guts to say, I don't know, but I don't bluff. Now, question answer session. I hope you'll enjoy this session. And I participate because every talk and Q&A session is a process of self-learning. I learn. Svajjaya pravachanam. Svajjaya is learning. Pravachanam is sharing. Learning and sharing should go together to have the knowledge, to have the wisdom deep-rooted within us. So with that spirit of self-learning, I welcome questions from you. Thank you very much.
Sai Ram. As a first step for the question answers, as Brother Vishnu explained yesterday, we will have all the questions go through an application. So you have to go to www.pigeonhole.at on your browser and enter the passcode Love Sai. This I advise you not to use the QR code because your phone may not catch the QR code. It's easier to type that www.pigeonhole.at and enter the passcode Love Sai. What we will do is, since we mentioned yesterday, a number of questions have come, 31 questions right now, and we'll start with those questions. This is a small print, so I need my reading glasses. Uncle. Sai Ram. In Singapore, there is a parallel organization trying to use Swami's name. Many centers and families have been affected by this. What is your advice to us Sai devotees in handling this?
Oh, good. In Puttaparthi, there are 3 canteens. Foreigners' canteen, South Indian canteen, and North Indian canteen. Where you feel food is good, you go to that canteen. Wherever your appetite is appeased, you go to the canteen. Just as a joke, I'm telling you. Secondly, our life, our standard, stands as a testimonial to others what the genuine thing is. Supposing I have got gold and some fake gold. I got currency notes, the fake notes. We know. So we should know what is genuine, what is fake, what is true, what is not true. That's how the buddhi, buddham saranam gacchami, surrender to your buddhi to know what is right, what is wrong. That buddhi will dictate you where to go. But mind is indecisive. I can go there also. Have one idli here in this hotel, another idli in that hotel, half cup of coffee there, the only cup and saucer lick over there. Please do it. A rolling ball gathers no mass. Similarly, judge, think, whatever that gives you satisfaction, inner pleasure, inner wisdom, you just go, why all that? I'll quote Swami. Follow the master. That's what he said, follow the master. Who is the master? Conscience. Follow the master. Follow your conscience. This conscience tells me this Singapore center here is genuine. That Singapore center here is a real center. That center in Singapore is blessed by Bhagavan physically while he was alive. This Singapore center was blessed by many of the devotees. I see them today receiving blessings from Bhagavan many times. So my master conscience tells me what is not. So follow the master. 2, face the devil. What is the devil? Is it true or the truth? There cannot be two truths. Truth is one. Therefore, face the devil of the mind, which is to be or not to be. That is the question. It should not face the devil. And 3, fight to the end. If you hold on to the one, come on, pattu pattaradu, pattu pattaneni bigiya battavalayu, patti viduchuta kante chatsuta melu. If you hold on tightly, carry on until it is accomplished, until your dream is realized. Come on, hold on. That's what he said. Pattinadedo pattane pattidivi. Pattu neggedudaka atte nilichi undu. Somehow you caught hold of God. Come on, don't leave the feet. Come on, hold on. Korinadedo korane koritivi. Korike chelledudaka atte nilichi undu. You desire something until desire is fulfilled. Come on, hold on to his feet. Therefore, we have to think, apply our intellect. Follow buddhi, face the mind, which is jewel. Fight to the end until your conviction and truth comes true. Life is a dream, realize it. Finish, last one, finish the game of life. Finish the game of life, but attaining that nirvana, that paradise, that heaven, that moksha. What is that moksha? Mohakshaya. Moha, attachment. When that attachment is gone, it is moksha. Therefore, follow the master, follow your conscience. That's what my answer is. Thank you very much.
Second question. How does a working woman get over her guilt of not personally raising her child when at work? Should women quit work to focus on their young children instead?
And what a question it is. Today, without going to work, it is difficult to manage families today. We have got so many centers that you will take care of your children until you return from the office. Today, life is so mechanical. Life is so expensive. And most of the women are more educated than men. We can't ask a girl with a PhD, come and wash the utensils, wash the clothes there. You cannot do that when she is highly resourceful. Therefore, both of you can work. Both of you should work for standard of life. At the same time, manage children, because there are so many centers who will take your children until you return. So, you know why all that? Servant maid, take example. Baba gives that example. Servant maid washes the utensils, but her thought is on the child there. Maid thinks of the child there. Similarly, material life, spiritual goal, that will solve all the problems. Am I clear? Thank you.
Despite spiritual practice at times, we may lose self-control and get into a rage or indulge in verbal abuse. How can one overcome this?
some qualities we have brought forward from the past life. They are called vasanas. Vasanas are the traits, are the qualities of the past life. They express in this life what we call vrittis. Vrittis are expression of vasanas. Vrittis are in the present, vasanas are of the past. So we do have certain past qualities. When you use garlic, even the cooking is over, dinner is over, but still garlic smell remains. When there's some injury here, the scar remains there. Therefore, in spite of spiritual practices, some of the qualities remain still with us. Are the past life, or this life, or our association, our company, well, naturally they all affect. But, he is graceful, oh Swami. You should bless me. I'm so weak. I'm not able to control myself. You should help me to control. Then it gets controlled automatically. When you think, I can control, you cannot control, you will fail repeatedly. There's no doubt about it. One example Swami gave. Some people have dogs at their residence. They put a board also, beware of dogs. Meaning there are no human beings, only dogs are there. Okay, very good. Whereas we don't have enough of space even for humans to live. Beware dogs. So you go to talk to your friend, and the Alsatian dog comes and about to bite you. Do you fight with it? When you start fighting with it, it will crack some part of your flesh. If you run, it will run faster than you. What can you do? Array, fellow, you dirty fellow. I came to see you, not your dog. What is that you are doing? You shout. That fellow will come, hey, Tommy, come here. When he says, Tommy, that dog will go back. When the owner says, dog will go back. When you say, it will bounce on you. Similarly, owner is God. Dogs are our weaknesses. Dogs are pitfalls. Dogs are failures. Dogs are our vasanas, vrittis. Swami, you are the owner. Please call them back so that I'll be safe and secure. This example given by Baba. Am I clear?
Sairam uncle, after Swami physically left his body, did you personally feel any incident of Swami that you would like to share with us?
It's an embarrassing question, a personal question, a question, the answer for which may not be satisfying to you. I have no special experience to share with you after Swami left. Whenever I speak, I feel him. I feel him. Because I don't come with a paper point by point, as I was telling, no PowerPoint by the PowerPoint in what I say. No PowerPoint. Because he prompts, he makes me to speak. While in translation, I find certain words, apt words, translating his divine message, discourse. A fellow who doesn't know. I find myself a listener to my own translation because I find some words not known to me, not planned, means that is experience. Coming to Singapore within a short time, talking to you, this is experience. I feel Swami here as I speak. Therefore, as I speak, as I read his literature, as I think of him, as I share the joy with a number of people, any number of people, small, small groups, I feel his presence. That is the divine experience. Thank you.
Is it a good idea for Sai organization to take an aggressive stand to debunk parallel Sai movements and declare them as false to all member devotees? For instance, through public talks and SSEHV classes, Bal Vikas classes.
The word aggressive is not impressive. Aggression cannot be impression. What we can do is, we should do our activity more committed, more dedicated, wholeheartedly, with a spirit of sacrifice as sadhana. When do it sincerely as sadhana, that will make people come to you closer. That will make come to you closer. Swami said at one time, there are no welcome boards here. There are no farewell boards here. Nobody says welcome. Nobody says farewell. Thank you. Why? Because you are drawn. The magnet attracts the iron filings. The iron pieces, they're attracted by magnet. Therefore, our effort should be magnetic. Our performance should be dynamic. Our conduct should be totally perfect. Our organization should be a role model. Those that come attend bhajans, aha, what a thrill in Sai Center. When they come to SSC, abba, my child is learning lots from such a Sai education. When they enter yoga center, abba, what yoga they teach. So the center attracts, not you. When you think I am attracting, this evening you'll detract. They said, we are tired of that fellow, same fellow speaks all that, how long can we do? Repulsion. Where there is attraction, there will be repulsion. But divinity is above attraction and repulsion. Our standard of life. Suppose you are very peaceful and happy in the midst of the problems. When everything is happy, bank account a lot, health is very sound, you are quite active and all that film star, like, I'm happy. No. Even on bed, you should be happy. Even in the midst of oceanic, turbulent ocean, in the midst of the problems, if you are still calm and quiet and peaceful, you are spiritual. So my attitude, my life, my joy should make everybody feel happy. One Swami called me before everybody and said, Yemaya, Yemi Sangati. Swami, I am very happy. Yemi, atla. Why? In those days, because some irregularities, we didn't receive salaries every month on time. For 10 months, we didn't receive salary like that. But I told Swami, those people with 2 salaries, they were drawing all advances. But I have not drawn any advance because I have the treasure of Sai with me. The treasure of Sai with me. My bank account is in the passbook of Sai, lying in the heart of my Sai, which is the bank. I don't need to beg about anybody. I don't need to bend down my head before anybody. Manchidenaya. This happened because most of you must have seen Chekka Bhajana. Do you know that? There'll be 2 wooden pieces. Tuck, tuck, they go on dancing and doing it. That Andhra Pradesh few fellows, they were doing that Chekka Bhajana. I like that. I too started dancing with them. Swami saw me there. Immediately I got interview. All the big people were there. Era no state president together, wearing a suit and all that. What is that you are dancing there? Immediately I said, Swami, if I cannot join those poor villages, if I cannot be in communication with those innocent devotees, if I cannot join in dancing with them, I don't want state presidentship, Swami. Please remove me. I don't want it. Then Baba said, I have put this question so that others will know from you that happiness is more important than position. That's what Baba said. Thank you.
Next question. How do we embody and spread the message of Sai in the current day and age, especially as youth, with the practical challenges of making an income, establishing a career, fitting into the social circles?
Do you think Swami message is meant for old people? It's not meant for geriatric people. We are finished. We have to get down the next station. When young fellows, they have to go along up to Guwahati. We should get down next to Dharmavaram station. The Swami's message is not for old people, at least to be regretful of the past life, repentive of the past actions. Swami's message is meant for youngsters. Understand that. Bhagavad Gita is taught to Arjuna, not to a retired fellow like Dronacharya, not a fellow geriatric like Bhishma. It is for a young fellow Arjuna, ready to fight. Just go through Swami's literature, Swami's discourses given to youngsters, which are all recorded, available, summer courses in Vrindavan. He speaks of all these things meant for youngsters. Self-confidence, yes. Self-satisfaction, self-sacrifice, self-realization. It is meant for youngsters. Youngsters. And all these teachings, everything, reaction, reflection, resound. What you do, you will reap it. What you sow, you reap. Etti pindiyo, atti rotte. Etti meghamo, atti varsham. Etti mantayo, atti vanta. Therefore, for all your action, you'll have to face the reaction. If you take care of your parents, you'll be taken care of tomorrow. If you respect people, you'll be respected tomorrow. If you hate people, you'll get enough in multiples tomorrow. In multiples. There's no point in crying later. What you do, act for every action, there's equal and opposite reaction. That's what he tells to all boys. Reaction, reflection, resound, ra. Yemadi. It was Prahalada who said Narayana, Narayana. He could get same sound, Narayana. Hiranyakashipu said, oh, he had only that. He didn't hear any Onkar. Therefore, resound, reflection, they are the reflection of the divine. All these things are said by Baba for all youngsters. In fact, if you are so deeply interested, I'll make special talks for these youth so that they will be informed. If you ask them read those books, they will never read. Because reading is forgotten long back. Electronic books, even textbooks they don't buy. They don't write anything. You don't need to buy heart. You don't need to calculate mission. So everything is machinery. Life has become mechanical. Even smiles also, lipstick smiles, plastic smiles, no genuine style, synthetic smiles. Therefore, we'll have special module. Simple, I'm sorry, I don't want to hurt anybody. No one said more than what Baba said. The message meant for youth. No one said anything extra. But you want to go to that guru, this guru, you do not know what your guru said. Where is the guarantee that you'll be benefited there? I can tell you, sir, if you just call me, because I don't want to comment anybody, naming them, because it will be indecent, discourteous, ill-mannerly. But I can quote you instances. No one spoke more than what Baba said. Meant for youth, you know that? And no, I don't read, I don't share, how do you expect them to know? So please, collect the information. Yes, if you are prepared, I'm ready to face the challenge, to share the message meant for youth in the years to come. That is the way. He has not ignored the youth because they are going to the future of the nation. Now, therefore, he has every message to convey to youngsters, youth of this country. You are the wealth of this country. Am I clear? Thank you.
Next question. My Singapore-born child is the only vegetarian in his school. All his peers are non-vegetarian. One day, my child insisted he wanted chicken at home, and as parents, we denied it. Is this okay?
What an international problem it is. What a spiritual problem it is. What is a general, common, public problem it is. It is personal family problem. Actually speaking, I'm not speaking against anybody. We think vegetarianism meant vegetables. Non-vegetarian meaning fish, mutton, biryani, other things. But what is the spiritual thing here? watching that which is bad, blue films, pornography, everything like that, it is non-vegetarian. Go to the gardens by the bay, vegetarian. Huh? Listen to bhajans, vegetarian. Listen to gossip, non-vegetarian. Think good, let everybody loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, vegetarian. That fellow should collapse tomorrow. I'm waiting for the death of that fellow. Non-vegetarian. So, through all these five senses, vegetarian, non-vegetarian, is not merely eating food. I know many vegetarians, much worse than snakes and tigers and all that. When they speak one word, you will not forget for lifetime. What kind of vegetarian is that useless fellow? I know many non-vegetarians who are very kind-hearted, who speak nicely to us. So let us have vegetarian and non-vegetarian in a broader sense. In a broader sense. Here no evil, here what is good? Evil is non-vegetarian, good is vegetarian. I apply this principle to all the senses. That is true vegetarianism. Thank you.
Next question. How do we instill Sai values in modern generation of young Singaporean children? Can parents be strict with his or her child or relax as Swami is ever guiding us?
Oh, values are not taught. Speak truth, love everybody, happy gas number one. Values are not taught. Values are caught. Values are caught. They are not taught. What is the difference between being taught, being caught? Which is simply communicated verbally by word is taught. That which we imitate, following the examples of noble souls, the parents at home, the good neighbors, and wonderful teachers, caught. You can catch from their example, not simply being taught in the classroom. Therefore, it's not merely for Singapore children, it is children for everywhere. One, example of the father. Father should have set an example. All right, my father is a great man. You know what kind of disciplined man he is? That child should be able to say, my father is a gunda number one. My father is corrupt number one. He never speak truth. What kind of child do you expect? So be example of the father, training of the mother. Mother should train the children properly, by checking them at the right time. But they should not pamper. If the fellow goes on beating everybody, Abba, very good stunt master. Some people support the children blindly like that. Duryodhana was pampered by Dhritarashtra. Therefore, he ended his life and the whole clan also. So by unnecessarily pampering, by supporting whatever they do, supposing your child does not care for elders, you should tell them, Marego, they're elders, do some namaskar. We should tell them. My child doesn't care anybody. Oh, your child will not care you also tomorrow. Then you will understand. So, example of the father, training of the mother through inspiration of the teacher. Teachers should be able to inspire. But teachers perspire, they don't inspire. We should inspire them. What kind of a teacher? I had wonderful teachers in my high school days. What a dedication they had. Teachers and professors those days, they would run after a meager salary. And no father was ready to offer his child in marriage to a teacher in those days. But today, a fellow starts with 50,000 as a lecturer. No work. For 15 days you will be on strike. The other 15 days, boy, you will be on strike, but you will get full salary. Good. Teachers are in great demand now. At my age, nobody was prepared to offer. Because But, they are the teachers for all times. They are teachers of eternity. They are the teachers walking encyclopedia. They are the teachers of exemplary character. High school teachers. High school teachers. They are not ordinary people. One example, I was asked to offer prayer at the time of the college anniversary. Because I love English language, I was asked to get by heart Tagore's prayer. Where the mind is without fear, where the knowledge is free, all that. I got ready, fit for anniversary. My teacher by name Sri Nanduru Venkateswara Garu from MG School, Guntur, he called me, Anil Kumar, you are going to offer prayer this evening. Let me hear. He was my teacher in English. Where the mind is without fear, where the knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken to narrow domestic walls, I said, Mr. Anil Kumar, do you know it is prayer? Your voice does not seem to be prayer. It looks as if you are holding the collar of God and pulling where the mind is. I remember that even today. Some of the teachers, they used to draw the world map within no time. They don't make use of the duster also, Ramanjachari. They are the teachers, I tell you. They are not for salary. Jeetam kosam kadu. Not for salary. Jeevitam kosam. Their life is message. So, example of the father, training of the mother, inspiration of the teacher, from whom the values are caught, if not taught. Thank you very much.
Next question. Could you share Swami's vakyas on how married couples should live their lives and perform dharma?
Married couple? Couples should be married. There cannot be unmarried couples. How they should live? One example. I'll quote Swami. Why myself? Why should I imagine? He was talking to couples. Of course, married couples. Okay. What he was telling this? Right. Telling boy. Because boy is from Swami's college. He performed his marriage and the girl side and boy side are seated there. He was making few remarks. One such I'll tell you. There are many more points connected to that. But anyway, this point. Right. Where there is understanding, there will be adjustment. Husband should have total understanding of the wife, then there will be adjustment. Wife should have total understanding of the husband, there will be adjustment. But today, no understanding, people want adjustment. How can you adjust without understanding? And he gives one example. Husband is very busy in the office. But today busy, everyone is busy. People with work are busy, people without work are still more busy. Because they have to spread gossip, negativity among people and rumors and all that, generate rumors. Very busy, yes. So, in that busy life, what is it they can do? Swami said, husband being busy, of course, genuine fellows, I am not speaking in a negative way. He is very busy with office work, particularly the computer fellows, young fellows. There in Bangalore, I watch those fellows as they come on motorcycle. Our computer is here. If you ask fellow how much you get, 2 lakhs. But he lacks a smile. What are those lakhs? They can't smile. It's already leave it short though. Therefore, husband comes late because busy, 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs. So wife is happy because the bank account lacks. But, and she also understands, my husband is very busy, poor man. When he comes, I should serve him hot coffee. Press his feet if possible, and remove the socks if possible, and help him to take out the shoes. Of course, ladies of those days. I'm not speaking of today. So, because She understands husband completely. Why he is coming rather late? This example given by Baba. Supposing some neighboring lady comes, your husband is coming late every day? Yes. You know why he is coming late? He has some affair in the office. He has some affair in the office. Therefore, because of that affair, he returns home late. Now this fellow, as usual, comes at 6:30. No hot coffee. Nobody helping to take out the lace of the shoe. Very angry. Coffee, hey, you sir, you. Because no understanding, no adjustment. Same lady comes with a hot cup of coffee at the entrance because of understanding. Same lady ready to pour hot water on your head because there is no understanding. So for couples, I can say there should be understanding that will be followed by adjustment. This is the best example given by Sita and Rama. That's best example of couple. How, why? Whatever Rama thinks, Sita does. Whatever Sita does, Rama thinks. Their thought, word and deed being one, there's a perfect harmony with each other. And then as Swami says, Chudu Bangaru, Bharya Bhartalu, Rendu Kallu Undai, both the eyes. With one eye, you are Sukracharya, one-eyed fellow. With both the eyes gone, you are Dhritarashtra. With both eyes functioning, you are ideal. Therefore, husband and wife should be perfect. Enjoying equal rights, enjoying equality. Yes, you go in your own way, I go in my own way, in perfect understanding. One cannot dominate over the other. Those days are gone. That's why today, divorces are more today. The divorce spelling was not known when we were youngsters. The spelling we do not know. But today, what to do? Em chestamaya, I want a marriage, next day, divorce. Because no understanding, no adjustment. Therefore, for young couples or newly married people, perfect understanding, total understanding. There will be 100% adjustment. Thank you.
Thank you, Uncle. The next question. What strategies can I use to influence my young adult children and convince spouse and elders in the family to come for Swami's satsang? I have prayed and tried explaining many times, but they are not listening.
Aha. What a problem, Rava. One point that's clear is spouse is not interested. When spouse or the housewife is not interested, even God cannot help her. If she is interested, even God cannot stand in between. All Sai devotees have become devotees because of their spouses only. Those who have guts, they declare. Others don't have guts, they don't declare. There may be few exceptions. For every rule, there is an exception. Simple example. She goes to bhajan every day. This fellow won't go. She will be telling him softly, you come there, you come there. There will be some problem husband will have. That's why don't you come to bhajan? Problem will be solved. This fellow is put. This fellow then naturally, she becomes the engine, he becomes the wagon. That all women are first in Sai movement. Let me tell you. Are first in Sai movement. Why even at homes? If the housewife is highly spiritual, whole family is spiritual. All children are spiritual. So first, that's why Swami started college for girls at Anantapur first. He has not started girls for boys. He knows that boys don't listen. Through the girl, that fellow can be. What happens is this. In the beginning, every wife says, I'm a strong devotee of Swami. My husband is not. Okay. After 1 year, he comes. My husband is a devotee now. He has no time to talk to me. Ladies are intelligent. They know how to get in, how to get out. Poor fellows, men, once they get in, they cannot come out. I'm the best worst example. For all these years, I have no sense of shame to tell you the truth. I have not purchased brinjals or onions or any vegetables from the market. I have not brought any provisions from the market. And sometimes I do not know what class my children are studying. Once I asked my eldest daughter, which class you are studying? She wept for 6 months because all friends started making fun of her then. I didn't greet them on their birthdays because I was not available. I couldn't drop them at the airport because I had some other meeting. That deep I have gone. What to do? I cannot come out now. So men are like that. Women, both material, spiritual, balance. That's why families are safe. If wives are also along with men, the family will be on the street. Yes. If the husband is talkative, wife is a bit silent. If the husband goes on spending money, she will be an auditor. Why you should So that balance, that is divine responsibility. Don't worry. So see that spouses, they become devotees first. How? How to convert a spouse a devotee? Very easy. Bring her to bhajans. Let her enjoy the bhajans. If he knows how to sing, give her a chance to sing. But we don't give it, I'm the singer, who are you to sing? I'm the Lata Mangeshkar, you know that? See, give chances to freshers. Give chance to newcomers, so they'll be encouraged. Bhajan is the first doorstep. Secondly, encourage them to participate in slowly service activity. Let us serve food to the poor people. Let us distribute clothes to poor people. Let her also get the thrill and joy in service. Tomorrow, a day comes, she is not at home, very busy with service activity. That is true with all these people. They're very busy with service activity. So first let them taste, then they'll get it. So it depends upon us. First we should be convinced. How can I convince her? When both of them are like that, children will follow them. Am I right? Saira. Why? One example. Swami said, about 20 years I went to Anantapur College, girls' college. I had never been there. You know what happened last night, yesterday? When classes were going on, all girls saw Swami going to every classroom. All girls saw Swami climbing the steps, going to every classroom. 27 అయిందిరా నేను వెళ్ళి వాళ్ళు నన్ను అక్కడ చూస్తున్నారా ఇక్కడ పొద్దున్న సాయంత్రం నన్ను చూస్తున్నారు దౌర్భాగ్యులారా ఒట్టి గాడిదల మాదిరి ఉన్నారు మీకు ఏ అనుభవం లేదురా యు సీ మీ డే అండ్ నైట్ బట్ యు హ్యావ్ నో ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ వైల్ దోస్ గర్ల్స్ హ్యావ్ గాట్ సో మచ్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ వైల్ యూ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ రా ఏం చెప్పేది మ్యాన్ follows the mind, woman follows the heart. That's why she is correct. Woman follows the heart. We do follow the mind. What is the mind? Doubting Thomas. Avuna kadani. When woman says she is God, that's all. If you go and say, can he be God? She'll say, shut up. Yesterday you said he's God, today you are doubting. What happened? Are you kicked by your colleague there? A woman heart. Man stands for the mind. Woman has got wisdom. Man has got knowledge. Man, knowledge. Woman, wisdom. What is the difference between knowledge and wisdom? Practical knowledge is wisdom. Only data collection, computer knowledge, allergy. Therefore, the women knows how to take it. Women are best MBA degree holders without attending any university. Take my case, the whole family was maintained by her. I got doctorate in irresponsibility because I was never at home. That's my life. God designed me like that. I cannot help it. Therefore, in my conversations, I don't speak out of the family because I was always out of the family. When children are with me, I was away. When they are away, oh, I'm at home. It's all right. Sun and moon, they don't go together. All right, let me accept it gracefully. And one example, last example, Sriram, excuse me. Kuchela and Krishna were classmates. Kuchela is from Rayalaseema, very poor fellow, no food, no money. On the other hand, he has got plenty of children. And so his wife comes and tells me, Swami, Krishna is your classmate. Why don't you go and ask him to give some money? And Kuchela said, don't say like that. Krishna is a king today. I don't know whether he would recognize me or not. I don't know whether he would talk to me or not. I don't know whether he will give me some money or not. Why do you ask me to go to Krishna? Shut up, he said. But she went on pleading with me. No, Swami, Krishna is a good man, such a kind-hearted man. You go and you will see. అసలు కుచేలోపాఖ్యానం స్వామి చెప్తే వినాలండి. అబ్బా కళ్ళనీళ్ళు వచ్చేస్తాయి మనకి. ఎంత బాగా చెప్తాడు. And then Kuchela went to Dwaraka, where Krishna was staying. Who will allow him? There are several people. They won't allow him to get inside. But out. So that fellow was simply loitering on the road. Krishna was in the swing, surrounded by 8 concerts. Ashtabharyalto, Uyalalo, Ugutu unnadu Krishna Paramatma. That was his situation. He saw from a distance Kuchela. He got up from the swing, went to Kuchela, escorted him, made him sit on the swing by his side, made all his consorts wash his feet, applied perfume, present with him new clothes, and Kuchela was astonished. He was not able to believe what all that is happening. And then Krishna asked, what is the bundle you brought? Beaten rice atukulu. That's what you say, beaten rice? He brought 3 morsels of this atukulu or beaten rice. And Krishna asked, what is that you are carrying? Hey, we were classmates. We are eating this stuff only. I want it. Come on, open. And Krishna started eating that. And people say, Rukmini did not allow the 3rd lump of beaten rice atukulu. She did not allow. These fools pandits, they say, she did not allow because Krishna will lose all his wealth. Is Krishna such a god to lose his wealth by eating 1 more lump of beaten rice? That is your estimation of God. What Baba says is this. Swami, you had your share. How about my share? That's why she prevented. By such interpretations, we'll get more faith in God. అంతేగాని ఇంకో కుపిటికటి తింటే వాడి దరిద్రుడు అయిపోతుంది. కృష్ణుడు అని దరిద్రుడు అయితే గర్భదరిద్రుడు. What does it mean? So he tells her. And then Swami comments, Kuchela wife never met Krishna. She never conversed with Krishna. She had no idea of Krishna. But she prompts Kuchela to go to Krishna. Like that, women prompt their husbands to go there. Therefore, they are better than men. That's what Swami tells, which is quite true. That's what it is. Thank you.
Mention this one. At times, next question. At times, I miss Swami. My heart yearns for his physical darshan every moment. As you have been so close to him, do you miss Swami? How?
Do you miss Swami? Oh.
How do you quench your spiritual thirst?
This way, talking to you. This way, sharing his miracles, sharing his message. I feel his presence, believe me or not. A fact is this. I'm suffering from arthritis, joint pains. But I speak standing for 2 hours. You know that? You know that? You have seen me. I speak standing for 2 hours with arthritis. Why? Swami is by your side. Nenunti radambu sandimpu maniye lemmu dhananjaya. Arjuna, get up. I'm here. Come on, start to go. Therefore, I don't miss Swami because I speak about him, I think of about him, that is feeling his presence. Thank you.
Next question. What is the best advice you have received from Swami that has helped you to be a better human being?
Am I worse human being now? Huh? We are good people. Let us not think that we are bad people, horrible fellows, that we are sinners. We have no value. Who said like that? You are best. Srunvantu visve amurtasya putraha. You are son of immortality. You are sparks of the divine. Do not consider yourself, you are sinners, committed or guilt. Chi chi. That's inferiority complex. Why? Simple reason is this. When once you realize that you are not the body, that you are not the mind, nothing whatsoever, these apply. When you are think of the body, health, ill health. When you think of the mind, fame, defame, exaltation, humiliation. When you are none of these two, constant state of bliss. So something wrong with me, nothing with the circumstances. Am I clear? Thank you.
The next question. How do you deal with fakeness and spiritual ego inside organization? People who
Ego and
fakeness.
fakeness. Oh.
People who project the image of being very spiritual and evolved, but whose everyday behavior speaks otherwise.
So he is not a devotee. If he speaks otherwise and behaves some other way, how can he be a devotee? Gunda number one. Hypocrite number one. Liar number one. And then one can be spiritual. Kashaya vestrambu kattinanta matrana kasai hridayam maniyuna. He may wear akar robes, but cruel at heart. So your behavior is spirituality, not your talk, not your writings. Your behavior, your conduct, your calmness, your composure, your equanimity, your friendliness, your loveliness, that is spirituality. That will make everybody understand. Fakeness, that which is not genuine, is fake. Suppose I say, glad to see you. Fake number one. I'm not glad to see you, no. I'm very unhappy to have seen you now. I'm glad to see you. Some people say, come again. We never want him to come again. Fake. So we know what is fake, what is genuine. Why not here? Our heart will tell us what is fake and what is genuine. Politicians, brothers and sisters, number one, fake number one. So we know that what is fake and what is not. A mother shows love. A neighbor lady also shows love. Can't you understand the difference between? We know. So what is fake, what is genuine is known to us. To our heart, to our experience, we'll never be carried that way. Thank you.
Next question. After 8 years of leaving physical form, most of the devotees are still obsessed with the form. How do we get over this obsession and concentrate on the divine?
Good. Whose fault is it? Whose mistake is it? Yantamatramu yavaru talachina antamatrame neevu. God appears to you, manifests in front of you, is comprehended to you the way you estimate him. If you estimate that he is a form, he is formful. If you estimate he is formless, he is formless. So let us grow, evolve. Nameless, formless, attributeless divinity is the ultimate. Supposing one loses his mother, Does he go on crying every day? Mother is not there, tomorrow you will not be there. It's a question of calendar. Why? Crying is not important. I miss Swami, so everyone misses Swami. If you work for those values that your father stood for, if you keep alive the values that your mother stood for, if you follow the teachings of Sai Baba, whom you believe in, is the best way. Rather, I may say, how are you benefited when you are in physical form? You are a bad fellow? No, much worse now. Not that. Not that. That awareness we should develop. Swami, whether physical or beyond form, whether with us or beyond, but yet I feel you. Yes. You don't see the electricity. Is electricity there? Yes, or else you don't see the light. You don't see your heart. You are heartless fellow. You may be heartless, but still heart is there. How do you know that the beating? The functioning will tell you. Similarly, Swami, my life is testimony. My peace, my health tells me. To all people of my age group, I always tell them, how are you? I am a Babu pulling on. They say that. And pulling on, are you luggage or baggage? Huh? Some people say, Kadi Ramantondi, Pade Pomantondi. I'm waiting for death, they say. You don't have to wait for death. It is eager to take you inside. Arishi, every day is a new life. Every moment is a new life. Every day is a gift of God. Live in the moment. Enjoy in bliss. That then you don't miss God. Because bliss is God. God is bliss. Thank you.
Thank you. We come to the end of our 1 hour question and answers. There are a number of other questions, I must say, but we just don't have, a lot of questions. We have taken all the questions with the highest number of votes, number of people connecting with those, but we have run out of time. So we thank...
Sir, one remark.
Pardon me,
Spirituality is not a question. Spirituality is not putting questions. Questions do not make spirituality. Right? Why not? Yes. Because spirituality is quest, not question. Quest is different from question. So, let us be on quest, rather question. Spirituality has no question, it's only answer. Follow the truth. Where is the truth? When is the truth? Why should you follow our questions? Follow answer. Answer is spirituality. Quest is spirituality. Question is out of question. Thank you.
We've come to the end of the two...
Carry on. Ksirabdhisayana Narayana Ksirabdhisayana Narayana Shri Lakshmi Ramana Narayana Hey Shri Lakshmi Ramana Narayana Ksirabdhisayana Narayana He Vaikuntha Vasa Narayana Vaikuntha Vasa Narayana Vaidehi Mohana Narayana Vaidehi Mohana Narayana Narayana Hari Narayana Narahari Rupa Narayana नर हरि रूप नारायण हे नर हरि रूप नारायण हे नत जन परिपाल नारायण हे क्षीराब्धि चयन नारायण श्री लक्ष्मी रमण नारायण हे नारायण हरि नारायण हे नत जन परिपाल नारायण हे नर हरि रूप नारायण क्षीराब्धिशयन नारायण। साईनाथ बाबा महाराज को जय।